All right, here we go. We're going to look at the Pythagorean Theorem, which everybody's had some exposure to in grade school, so it should come as no surprise. Okay, Pythagorean Theorem says for any right triangle only, the sum of the side squared is equal to the hypotenuse squared, which says this side squared, a squared plus b squared equals the hypotenuse squared, which is c squared. So we come over to the two example problems we have here, okay? The unknown side is going to be filled in with a variable, we'll call it x, okay? So then, okay, and down here the unknown side also be filled in with the variable x. All right, set up the equation. Side squared, 21 squared, plus the other side squared, 28 squared, is equal to x squared, okay? So now all I have to do is I have to square each of these, all right? I did say you have to know 1 through 20 squared, so you can use your calculator for these problems, okay? So here we go. We're going to ask our calculator for 21 squared, which hopefully you would remember is, okay, 441. I'm also going to ask, well, I have my calculator here, okay, for 28 squared. And 28 squared to the second power is going to be 784. So I've got 441 plus 784 is equal to x squared, okay? And when I add those, I should be getting, I believe, 1,225. Let's just confirm that. So it's 441, okay, plus 784, and that is, okay, 1,225, which is x squared. 1,225 is the value of x squared, okay? Now I don't want x squared, I want x, so I would have to take the square root of 1,225, okay? And I'm going to ask my calculator that again, okay? So my calculator is going to tell me that the square root, here's my square root symbol, it's the secondary key, so second square root of, a nice thing with the TI-85 or TI-89, I can go back and grab that number, enter it, put the parenthesis around it to close it, and lo and behold, I get x equals 35. 35. So, actually in doing that, we discovered another triplet that is 21, 28, 35, and of course the triplets are the whole numbers, which work nicely with the Pythagorean theorem, okay? So that's another one we can add to our repertoire of Pythagorean triplets. Okay, let's move to the second problem. Again, the unknown side is one of the sides, not the hypotenuse. So we start with x squared plus 12 squared is equal to 35 squared. Okay? X squared plus 12 squared, which we should know is 144, is equal to 35 squared. Oddly enough, we had to take the square root of 1225 and realize that was 35. So now we can just recall that. That's 1225. Okay? Now again, I want x squared, so solving this equation means subtracting 144 from both sides. So subtract 144 from both sides. Doing that, then I get 1, 8, okay, and 1,081, I believe it should get is what x squared is. Okay, again, just the difference here, 1,081. Now I'm going to call my calculator, ask the calculator what is the square root of 1,081. So x is equal to the square root of 1,081. The calculator will tell me that in no time. Okay, so let's put that in, square root, second square root 1,081, and close that, and that is 32.87 it looks like. Okay, so take two decimal places, 32.87 is the value of that unknown psi. And I'll just put that in now, 32.87. Okay, and that's all there is to it. I'm sure you're going to have plenty of those problems tomorrow to get practice on. Okay, always, always, always start by writing down the numbers in the correct formula. Okay, if the hypotenuse is what you're looking for, just add the sum of the sides squared and take their squared root. If it's one of the sides you're looking for, again, just write down the formula. Get the x by itself after you square everything. Take the square root, and there you go. Okay? So hopefully that helped, and you'll be able to run through any problems like that without any difficulty.